Let's bring in Misal Singh, Director Institutional Research at Religare Capital Markets Limited. BHEL numbers came through yesterday. I mean, largely under below what the street was forecasting. And in the conference call, BHEL lowered the kind of market ordering they expect. I mean, they actually, I think, almost cut that number in half. Misal, good morning. Good to have you with us here. Prashant this side. How would you look at BHEL numbers and the commentary on the con call?
No, I think it was mainly a non-event. First quarter in any case for BHEL is not a very important quarter. And commentary on the con call has been what it has been for the last, 6 to 9 months, which is that, things are a bit difficult on the macro side and because of which the order flows are not there in the market. As far as the guidance is concerned, I think, they have still a fairly aggressive guidance. I think, Street will get disappointed on that going ahead. Nothing much to really write home about after the conference call.
Misal, some argue that BHEL valuation multiples are, at all-time lows. They're pre-2004, 2005 lows. So, I mean, a lot of this is already in the price. It can't get any worse. And hence, you should be more bullish rather than bearish on the stock right now. You should be more constructive. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think multiples are low compared to what they were in 2004, 2005, somewhere around those levels. But of course, the future cash flows of the company are also expected to, fall from 2014 onwards, and the growth profile is, likely to come down. So the multiples will remain low. I think you're right about the fact that, the downside now may be limited, at least on a 1-year time perspective. We cannot maybe go below 200. I think 175 to 200 would be more of a fair price right now. The stock is somewhere close to that. I think a lot of the bad news is in the price. However, the stock is unlikely to go up in a hurry. That's our view, basically because the prospects haven't changed significantly or are unlikely to change, in the medium to long term.
But I mean, slightly. I mean, say so near term, medium term, fine. But what about say with a 2-3 year perspective? What's your forecast?
So we are saying that in 2013 over 2012 we are looking at about a 7% degrowth in the EPS. In 2014 you're looking at about 13 to 14% degrowth in the EPS over 2013 numbers. So essentially you're saying that EPS will keep coming down. I think from 2015 onwards you're saying the EPS should be anywhere between 20 to 22 rupees. So on a stable state, the EPS for BHEL should be about 20 to 22 rupees. In 2012 the EPS was at 26 rupees. And in 2013 it will be close to about 25 or 24 rupees. So I think on a stable state, if the EPS is at about 20 to 22 rupees, you give a 10 times multiple, which basically means the stock should be around 200 odd levels. So I think from a 2-3 year perspective, I don't see too much money being made in the stock from here on, and that's basically because structurally the business dynamics have declined because competition has increased and addressable market has stagnated. You may not, addressable market may not grow beyond the 75 gigawatt per 5-year kind of a number. So that's where it will be. I think the high growth period that you had from 2006 to 2011 is behind us. You have already had that growth period.
Misal, do you look at ABB Siemens?
Yeah, I do.
ABB and Siemens parent reported numbers. I don't know if you looked at those. I mean, any takeaways?
So I think Siemens, if you look at the order inflows for the Indian geography, I think they're saying there's a 7% growth in the Indian geography. So that does not directly correspond to Siemens Limited in India, but it gives you a fair indication. So I think if you look at the order inflows for Siemens in this quarter, they should be up on a YOY basis. which should mean that the order inflow should be anywhere between 2,000 to 2,300 odd crores compared to about 1,800 crores that they got in the last quarter. And so that implies that the order backlog will remain flat on a YOY, on a QOQ basis. However, I think the revenues have been, in the Indian geography, the revenues have declined by about 12 to 15 odd %. And that means that the current numbers that the street has, including us, for Q3 for Siemens, the street may get disappointed on that, because I think revenue degrowth is higher than the estimates that the street is building in right now. So I think on a P&L basis it will disappoint in Q3, but on an order inflow and order backlog basis it should be fine. So on the whole, these stocks generally trade on what is happening on the order flow side. And especially in case of Siemens, P&L for a quarter, people don't give too much of emphasis to that. However, I think the downside in case of Siemens is limited, even though the valuations are high, and that's basically because structurally the product profile and everything else that they're doing in India is likely to aid the growth in the long term. So I think in case of Siemens, even if numbers are bad, the downside may not be significant. Yeah.
All right, got that. Mr. So far numbers what we've got, L&T, BHEL, Crompton, SKF, Bajaj Electricals reported numbers. There's not very much positive about these numbers, but it's just the quarter, the first quarter. There's also the seasonality aspect of it. From the universal stocks that you track with a 2-year time horizon, is there anything which you would sort of want to buy, would ask your clients to buy for absolute gains?
I think,
yes.
Yeah, I think you could look at companies which have good business models and decent managements. I think those are the two things that you should look at. So on those metrics, I think you have Thermax, Cummins, Crompton Greaves, Voltas, all of these names, except for Cummins. I think earnings have been cut significantly, and they are in terms of cyclical lows, in terms of order inflows and the margins. And over a 2-year time frame, I think at some point order inflow should pick up for these companies and margins should improve. At which point the valuations will also start improving. In case of Cummins, of course, it's structurally a business model where things are looking very good. So I think their earnings may not be cut, but I think these 4 names in the capital goods universe look good from a 2-year perspective. And I think Siemens is the other company. I think valuations are very high, but Siemens, in case of Siemens, valuations will remain high, and that's basically because of the product profile that they have. If you're looking at a 2-year perspective, this is a good time to buy into capital goods, because right now you are at cyclical lows in terms of order inflows, in terms of margins. So from a 2-year perspective, Crompton Greaves, Thermax, Cummins, Voltas, and add Siemens to the list. I think these 5 stocks, should be doing well.
Misal, thanks very much for your time. Great chatting with you as always.
Thanks, Prashant.
Appreciate it very much.
Thanks.
Misal Singh at Religare Institutional Equities there.
India's #1 news app. Just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.